back to WWE. All right.
That was so cute.
That LA Knight is just crushing it already before his match against the Tribal Chief. There's a video that came out today, and we had to bring it up on the show for obvious reasons, of a kid wanting to take LA Knight home with him like he was just a gift wrapped around your Christmas, or wrapped under the Christmas tree. Thank you.
Like an action figure come to life.
Literally, he thought it was just, yeah. So, and LA Knight responded with like the best way possible.
Daddy vibes.
Very much dad vibes of, well, I got to go to my home first. Like, will you come home with me? It's like,
I can try.
I might have to.
I'll try to come. I'll try to make the time.
I might have to. So
it just shows you too, like, okay, other than the like zaddy aspect of it, it also just showed you like how worldwide LA Knight has become, because like they're in Saudi Arabia and there's a kid there that is such a fan of him that he literally wants him to like be his friend or like his brother, like,
yeah,
and take him home because he's just like, oh my God, I love LA Knight. He's great. And I'm sure like to an extent that's so humbling and like, I don't know, kind of, I guess, in a surreal moment for LA Knight, because most of the time when you're meeting fans, you might meet a kid, but they don't really say a whole lot because they're shy, they're nervous, or like the one that's expressing the most love for you is like a grown man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
usually what they're listening to. So I can't imagine how cool that must have been to have like this little like 5-year-old boy just be like telling you basically how much of a fan he is, like in Saudi Arabia too. It wasn't like in the middle of, Chicago or whatever. It's like halfway across the world. And that's how much of an impact that you have in the wrestling world. That has to be pretty cool.
Awesome. It's really humbling. It's an awesome experience. We're so happy for him. Like, it's just, it's someone, you watch that video and that's somebody who could be the face of a company.
That's what everybody was saying too. Everyone. And that's what I was saying too, right? Like when we're talking about Cena saying that there needs to be a face of this current era to kind of like define this era. LA Knight would be the perfect guy, because like he other than the fact of his overall appeal, clearly worldwide, like I said, he is a Triple H guy, basically, because if he weren't, he would have been Max Dupree and probably would have been cut like 10 months ago. So
yeah, it's a story. It's a good way to define the era too of, clawing your way to relevancy and just making it whatever way possible. And he personifies that. It's awesome.
I think part of the reason why that's so it's becoming like such a big factor, I think, in a lot of the people that we're seeing become bigger, or like you can tell that they're putting effort and money into, is like Triple H can relate. Triple H wasn't always Triple H. He might have been Hunter Hearst Helmsley, but I mean, that man was wearing velour pants and pretending like he was regal. Like, we didn't get
Jean-Paul Levesque.
Yeah, we weren't calling him the cerebral assassin. You know what I mean? Like, he had to get to that point to become who Triple H is. So obviously it wasn't as much of a struggle as it was for, I don't know, LA Knight, and it didn't happen to him until he was like 40. But I think that he can appreciate the hustle.
Yeah, you can absolutely.
And I think that's like, I like that he's highlighting those types of people, because fans are very aware. A lot of fans anyway are aware of the people that have had to scratch and crawl and whatever to get to where they're at. So
agreed.